This lesson is called Trading for a Living, to trade for an income rather than excitement. So I'm going to show you in 4 steps and 4 steps only. I want to start with just telling you I've been trading for over 8 years now, and before I was trading, it was more like gambling behavior. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really have a system, and the difference between that and now is amazing, because now I can finally track my results. I can have consistent results because I know what I'm trying to do every day in the market. So if you don't have a way of doing it, it's going to be really hard to even have any data to track. So let's go through the 4 steps. Step number 1, it's going to be as fast as I can. If you want to expand on anything, I have all the resources in the description. You can just download my one pager, all in the description. So first we want to determine your bias with 15-minute zones, and that's what I use. I use basic market structure in the 50 minutes. So this is yesterday, right before market open. So I just want to mark my zones, and the way I mark them is from body up to wick high, 15 minutes. So already here I can see we have we tested this zone twice. So this could be a potential sweep, but if we sweep and then continue up, it could also be a potential long. We have the same thing under here, all the way down here. We could either sweep, we push down and sweep, or we can continue to the downside. So both of these are interesting, and what this means for me, it means that we open most probably in a range. But if we sweep here, we have boom, we want to go up, or if we push down, we sweep, and then we continue down, I want to look for trending. I don't make it any more complicated than this. That's all I'm looking for today. Probably we can do something here too, just to be a little bit aware of that. But other than that, it looks good. So we have the highs, the lows, and I just make the zones. That's all I do to determine my bias. I'm not looking for longs here, and this would be my main target. So probably I'm not even trading by this time because I've had 1 or 2 setups. So that's it. So let's go to the next one. Plan areas of interest. All right. This is really ugly, but plan areas entries, and I plan them with swing highs or lows, which is basically liquidity pools. And then I also look for any interesting 15-minute zones, which could be like a base and then push down. So one would be here with base and then we push down. So any areas of interest, this is all I'm looking for now. We also have one here, but yeah, we should definitely mark this here. So now we have that too. And order blocks, areas of significant selling, buying. So basically 15-minute zones. And now all I'm looking for, one of my setups. So either I have a sweep and then I want to inverse the fair value gap, or I have a trending setup, which is basically just rejection of one of these zones or one of those levels. So break and retest basically is a trending setup. And I just want to know all the time what I'm waiting for at all times. So that's it. Step 4 is confirmed entry with a higher time frame bias, which I already have. So these are my biases. We have a lower time frame signal, so a 5-minute setup, or just a 1 minute. I don't know why I wrote that, but I'm looking for both. So let's start this day and see if we get anything. So again, we're looking for sweeps here to the upside, or we're looking for continuations to the downside. So let's see if we get anything here. So we need to have market open, go down 1 minute. All right, so we start by pushing down here, and that's not even open price yet. Looks like we already getting that sweep. We already got that sweep there. This is very volatile, so I'm not taking anything here. All right, it's still very, very, very volatile. All right, so now we're coming up here. We're either looking for a sweep of these highs, which we already got. We have a fair value gap here, a fair value gap here. So any of these would be interesting, preferably this one right here. So I would say something like this, maybe something like that would be perfect for taking an entry. See if we get anything. Okay, we get that push down. Let's see if we get the push up. All right, so if we go down here again, under here, we can take a short. That was probably a news candle, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's 10 a.m. That was stupid of me. Okay, so what we got here now, so we already swept the low, so now we're looking for shorts. So that's the only thing we're looking for here. All right, so let's see if we can find a trending sell. All right, this could probably be viable. Let's just take a short. All right. That's already a TP. Yeah, so that's already 1.5R. That's what we wanted to have. Probably continue. They were at 2R. And that's all. That's the trade. So you determine the bias. If you don't get the bias, you don't take the trades. If you get the trades, of course, obviously this one, the 10 a.m. was a news candle, so I didn't even think about that. But other than that, so we had a bias here. The first bias was sweep those lows, and then we push up, and we got that. And then we had to sweep those highs, and we did that, and then we pushed down, but it was new, so it's really hard. And then what we wanted was just continuations to the downside. So after that sweep, that's the sweep are no longer valid, so we're looking for shorts instead. And that's the easiest one I think was this one right here, when we retested the second zone, and then we had a little bit of a consolidation right here. So I wouldn't trade anything more here because one trade a day. I don't even know about this thing, but yeah, 1.5 is the reward. If you have a 60% win rate with that, you have a great system. And all you have to do is just plan your trades before, have a really clear bias before you take your trades, and you know what to do in every time, which also means that every time price gets choppy, you just wait for your plan, for the next thing in your plan to happen. And it's a boring path because after some time, it gets really boring. You know what to do all the time, and it's pretty boring. 60% win rate, which means 4 out of 10 trades are going to lose, and sometimes those trades are 4 in a row, which also sucks. And if there's days that you can't read, you just don't trade them. Discipline and patience, I don't even believe in that, because discipline and patience you get from having a good system and having something that you know that you're waiting for at all time. But the trading plan, which is a systematic approach, and of course when you have this systematic approach and you've traded it for a long time and you know how to trade it, that's when you can start letting some intuition into your trading plan. But before that, stick to a very systematic approach so you can collect data and understand what's working and what's not working.